Have you ever felt overwhelmed by the challenges life throws your way? Do you crave a philosophy that empowers you to face adversity with courage and grace? Journey with us as we uncover the ancient wisdom of Stoicism, a philosophy that has guided individuals for centuries, offering solace, strength, and a path to inner peace. Our hero, Marcus, a skilled artisan in ancient Rome, dreams of leaving his mark on the world. But fate, it seems, has other plans. Marcus yearns to build structures that will stand the test of time, to create something meaningful and lasting. His heart burns with ambition, but his path is fraught with obstacles. He faces fierce competition, limited resources, and the ever-present weight of societal expectations. Little does he know, his greatest challenge is yet to come, one that will test his resolve and push him to the brink. This is a story about resilience, about finding strength in the face of adversity, about conquering your fears and embracing your fate. It's about the timeless wisdom of Stoicism and how it can empower you to navigate the complexities of life with courage, wisdom, and an unwavering spirit. Join us as we delve into the heart of Stoicism, a philosophy that teaches us not to resist the inevitable, but to accept it with grace and use it as fuel for growth. The bustling marketplace of ancient Rome buzzed with life. Merchants hawked their wares. Chariots rumbled over cobblestone streets, and the air vibrated with the energy of 1,000 conversations. Amidst this vibrant chaos, Marcus toiled, his brow slick with sweat, as he meticulously carved intricate designs into a marble column. His workshop, humble yet filled with the promise of creation, was his sanctuary. Marcus dreamed of building temples that touched the heavens, of crafting monuments that would inspire awe for generations to come. But Rome, for all its grandeur, was a city built on ambition, a breeding ground for both breathtaking beauty and cutthroat competition. Securing a commission, proving his worth, felt like an insurmountable task for a young artisan with more talent than connections. Yet, Marcus possessed a quiet determination, a fire in his heart that refused to be extinguished. He spent his days honing his craft, pushing himself to achieve new levels of artistry. He studied the works of master builders, absorbing their techniques, learning from their triumphs and failures. He believed in his talent, in his vision, but the path ahead was shrouded in uncertainty. His journey, like the marble he sculpted, would require immense pressure to transform him from a rough stone into a masterpiece. He just didn't know how much pressure he would have to endure. A messenger arrived at Marcus's workshop, bearing a sealed scroll. It was an invitation, a chance to compete for a commission to build a grand fountain for the city's forum. Excitement surged through Marcus, quickly followed by a wave of crippling doubt. He had never worked on a project of this scale, and the thought of failure, of publicly exposing his inadequacies, filled him with dread. He was tempted to decline, to retreat back into the familiar comfort of his small commissions. But then, he remembered the words of the philosopher Epictetus, whose teachings he had begun to explore. There is only one way to happiness, and that is to cease worrying about things which are beyond the power of our will. Marcus realized that his fear stemmed from his desire to control outcomes, to dictate the future. He couldn't control whether he would be chosen for the commission, but he could control his reaction, his effort, his dedication. He could choose to face his fear head on and give this opportunity his all. With newfound resolve, Marcus accepted the commission. He poured his heart and soul into his design, meticulously crafting blueprints that showcased both his technical skill and his artistic vision. He knew that competition would be fierce, but he refused to let fear cripple his ambition. He would face this challenge with the courage and determination of a Stoic. The journey ahead would be arduous, but Marcus had taken the first step, a step that set him on a path toward not only achieving his dreams, but also mastering himself. Section 4. The Fires of Adversity. Embracing the uncontrollable. Days turned into weeks as Marcus toiled tirelessly on his design. He immersed himself in his work, seeking solace from the storm of anxiety that brewed within him. Just when his confidence began to soar, disaster struck. A fire, fueled by the dry wood and fabrics stored in his workshop, swept through his space, consuming everything in its path. His tools, his materials, years of sketches and plans, all reduced to ash. Despair threatened to consume Marcus. He had poured his heart and soul into his work, and now it was gone. He felt the familiar tug of fear, the urge to surrender to the cruel whims of fate. But then, he remembered the words of the Stoic philosopher Seneca. We are more often frightened than hurt, and we suffer more from imagination than from reality. Marcus realized that while he couldn't control the fire, he could control his reaction to it. He could choose to wallow in despair or to find the strength to rebuild. He chose the latter. He gathered what little he had left, his unwavering spirit and the knowledge etched in his mind, and began the arduous task of rebuilding. The fire, though devastating, became a crucible, forging within Marcus a resilience he never knew he possessed. He learned that true strength lay not in the absence of adversity, but in the ability to rise above it. Section 5. The Ascent to Wisdom. Finding peace in acceptance. As Marcus rebuilt his workshop, he reflected on the teachings of Stoicism. He realized that life, like the weather, was unpredictable and often harsh. Trying to control external events was an exercise in futility, a recipe for frustration and despair. True peace, he understood, came from accepting what was beyond his control and focusing on what he could influence. His thoughts, his actions, his reactions. With renewed purpose, Marcus approached his work on the fountain with a sense of calm focus. He understood that the outcome of the competition was beyond his control. But his effort, his dedication, his craftsmanship, those were within his power. He poured himself into his work, not with the desperate energy of someone trying to control fate, but with the quiet determination of someone at peace with whatever fate may bring. The fire had stripped away more than just his possessions. It had burned away his illusions of control, revealing the liberating power of acceptance. He learned to find joy in the process, in the simple act of creation, rather than pinning his happiness on external validation. As he chiseled away at the marble, shaping it into his vision of the fountain, He was also chiseling away at his ego, his need to control, his fear of failure. He was discovering the true meaning of Stoicism, finding peace amidst the chaos by mastering himself. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more content. Thank you for watching.